Hi there, I'm Joe Silva. I own Ideal Payroll Service. I also host the Ideal Small Biz podcast, and we are highlighting local businesses to support. It's important to drive local and support our local fellow business owners. And today we have the Ideal Small Biz of the Day is Jake Costello of Horizon Rehab Centers. Jake, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yeah, why don't you start? Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, what it is, and what you provide.
So the company name is Horizon Rehabilitation Centers. We're a privately owned outpatient physical therapy clinic in the Omaha area. And then we also have a small clinic up in Blair and actually one in Logan, Iowa as well. My clinic here is on the corner of 90th and Birch, just a couple blocks north of Dodge, kind of servicing all kinds of patients. You know, when people think of physical therapy, they typically think of just post-operative rehab after a shoulder, a knee, a hip injury of some kind. But we see a lot of things from general aches and pains to, you could think of something more minor like an ankle sprain or plantar fasciitis in somebody's foot, to shoulder pain when they work out, to, let's say somebody that's getting up there in age and maybe having some balance issues, some strength and stability issues and that type of a thing. And I personally also do a lot with chronic pain management. People that have dealt with chronic back pain, chronic neck pain, failed back and neck surgeries, fibromyalgia, whiplash injuries. So kind of you name it, your typical outpatient orthopedic physical therapy clinic taking care of aches and pains, but also with kind of a niche as far as I go with spinal conditions and very heavy on like chronic pain education and pain treatment, trying to help people. You know, essentially people can put up with a lot of pain until it starts taking away something that they enjoy in life. You know, so many people just kind of come to accept that, accept the fact that I can't do this anymore because this or that hurts too bad. I feel like my job is to find out what motivates those people and to say, no, maybe there's a way we can adapt it, or here's a weak spot, or how can we train your body to be able to tolerate certain things better throughout the day. Because you only go through life once, and your body you got one body to go through life with. Like, you know, if you had one car to drive your entire life, you got to keep that sucker tuned up and keep it moving for you so you can get to where you need to go. And your body's very much the same way. To kind of help somebody in that sense, whether it's an acute injury or a chronic condition or strength and balance and not being confident and comfortable leaving their house. Like I said, quite a few different things, but.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, I like the analogy of the car. It makes sense. You got to change the oil, you got to rotate the tires, you got to do all that stuff. And
if it sits in the garage and you don't start it for a couple of years and all of a sudden you want it to run, it's not going to run very well. If it starts at all, I like to use a lot of metaphors and analogies to help patients like that, like I said, to kind of connect. It helps you figure out what's your motivating factor for being here. Because let's face it, being in physical therapy means you're dealing with something that's not so pleasant in your life. And, how can we figure out, where can we get some common ground to say, this is your goal, this is what's realistic. How can we make these two meet to get you back out and enjoying life a little bit more to the fullest again? You know?
Yeah. How long have you been doing what you do, Jake, and with your company at Horizon?
I've been a physical therapist for 13 years. So I got a doctorate degree at University of Nebraska Medical Center in 2007. So I just passed my 13-year anniversary of becoming a therapist. Worked in a couple of big places around town in the Bellevue area for a number of years. I came to Horizon about 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years in July. And I've been an owner of this clinic for about 2.5 years now.
Nice. There's a lot of different things you could do, obviously, with your background and your education. Why do you do what you do? You know, what drives you to get up in the morning and come into your office over off 90th Street?
It's just, I don't know. I feel like so many people out there, say, I just like to help people. And of course, that's what gets us in the door. That's what got me to go to physical therapy school. My own football injury in high school, surgery on my shoulder, rehabilitation, thinking to myself, what a cool profession. I never knew this really existed. And then you kind of get into it a little bit more and you think, gosh, here's somebody that has to learn how to walk after their knee gets replaced. Here's somebody that has given up things that they really enjoy in life because their back hurts too bad. And seeing that change, seeing somebody go from a point in life where they're feeling like my body won't let me anymore to, holy cow, I didn't realize that I could still do this and do it, not all the time 100% comfortably. I'm going to be realistic. A lot of times something that's going on with a person I can't get rid of. I can't take away that arthritis out of your knee or out of your back. but we can get those joints moving better. We can get them stronger. We can help somebody realize their potential a little bit more and say, life, you're meant to enjoy life while you're here. And when you see that kind of a thing happen, day in and day out, I feel like, how could you not be motivated by that? By helping somebody that maybe especially sometimes felt like they couldn't be helped, that there's nothing that can be done for it. And to see them get stronger and get more mobile and start to thrive again. And ultimately, my job satisfaction, what I enjoy is seeing somebody get to enjoy life more fully than what they were.
That's awesome. Well, that's as good a reason as any to get up in the morning and go after it.
Yeah.
Being a small business, Jake, what's the unique offering that you bring? There's a lot of different, like you said, there's different, companies out there, competitors that'll do what you do, maybe in a different way. So what makes you unique at Horizon? What's different about you guys versus what else, the other options out there?
The reality is, yeah, thanks. That's a good question. The reality is not just Omaha, but elsewhere too. There's a lot of physical therapy clinics. I mean, I even driving to and from work myself, I probably passed 2 or 3 other ones. A lot of good clinics, a lot of good businesses, a lot of good therapists. I like being in the situation that I'm in as the sole owner operator of this clinic for a couple of reasons. One, to kind of do things the way, I mean, I've kind of seen a lot of things I like, things I didn't like through the course of my career. And to be able to kind of say, I want to run my office the way I want to run it. I want to treat people the way I want to treat them. I want to spend the amount of time with each person that they need, and not, feel like I'm too many people on my schedule throughout the day or whatnot. Or using, we don't use therapy extenders. We don't use, therapy techs, maybe, let's say, to help with some of, a person's therapy program. I get to have, the benefit of knowing that every patient that sees me is seeing me. They're one-on-one visits. There's no double bookings. And really to be able to kind of offer that type of a personalized visit. And what I like to compare it to is almost if I were to dedicate more time to my own mom or my own dad, if they came into physical therapy, I like to know that I'm able to offer that kind of time, honestly, to anybody that comes in the door, and to be able to even sometimes respond to their needs outside of normal business hours, just because of the nature of how we're set up here.
Awesome. Yeah, that's small business in a nutshell right there. It's
the time I get to spend with people one-on-one that I was maybe missing out on before sometimes. Yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic, and make a huge difference, especially when you're dealing with, like you said, pain management and recuperation and things like that. Jake, if somebody's watching this and they want to reach out to you and need help from you, what's the best way to get a hold of you and your clinic?
Number one, just call. Our phone number is 402-933-8900. Our website is just www.horizonrehab.com. I like to personally even get on the phone with people. Sometimes it's even my secretary might say, hey, this person wants you to reach out. I can do a phone consult. I can actually do some video consult if somebody has, a webcam and an internet connection at home. I like to be available, basically. So any of those ways, really. Email, there's a way to leave a message through our website. There's a way to leave a message on our Facebook page. But really, just asking people to don't be afraid to call. Again, benefit of being kind of a small one-on-one single provider type of a clinic. It's not too hard for me to get on the phone with somebody or call them back within a short period of time and at least talk through what they're dealing with, and sometimes even see if this is the best fit for them. There's some people that are describing a problem that I say, I honestly, think that you'd be better off here, to kind of sometimes just answer those questions to help make sure that this is, the right fit and everything else, and answer some of those even medical questions along the way. Somebody that I've seen in the past can call and say, my doctor told me this, my MRI said that, what does all this mean? And to be able to play that education piece with them too, I really enjoy doing.
That's awesome, Jake. That's why you do what you do. So congratulations. First, thanks for sharing your story and your business. Congrats on your success and for being the ideal small biz of the day. So congrats again.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So if you're watching this, if you're a viewer or a listener of this show, let's support Jake. Let's support small business. And as always, support local.